The Parliamentary Committee on ICT and Innovation yesterday engaged with various members of the national broadcaster to get insight on pertinent issues at the broadcaster, which should guide the committee in conducting its oversight to ensure service delivery to the public. The NBC Director General was, amongst others, probed on the broadcaster's accounts, outstanding contribution to the Treasury amounting to over 200 million and alleged bonus payments to senior management.
When I looked at the performance of NBC accounts, especially when it comes to auditing, it is either worrying, if not questionable, of course, because how can an institution from 2012 and then consecutively have accounts that are either having qualified opinions, disclaimers, results unknown? It's really, Comrade Director General, this committee is worried about that one, and I think we need an answer as to why, because it's not healthy for an institution to have accounts that are reflecting that way. I think to an extent it also affects your allocation, because if you are allocated funds, the one who's funding also want accountability. The information presented to us doesn't show enough accountability when it comes to your books, and that is worrisome. I have to be honest with you, Comrade Director General, on that one.
Director General of the NBC, Stanely Similo, presenting the state of affairs, rubbished claims that the broadcaster's management does not care for its employees and stressed that some of the challenges date back to 2005 and were not addressed by his predecessors.
Company, as per the provisions of the Public Enterprise Act, which governs good governance around that, these are submitted to a competent board of directors who must do their assessment. And if they are satisfied with what is being presented, naturally they will interrogate. Only then will they approve. So the 5.4 million is an amount that equates over a period of 5 years. And if you take on average the number of people that are there, it means that everybody that is there has been recognized backdating for 5 years to an amount as a collective that works out about 1.50 million per annum for them. But if you then take it and you multiply it over 5 years, it gets to 5.4 million. Now you take the rest of the others that are seated with the guaranteed earnings. There is an amount of 47.6 million where people are conveniently, opportunistically not wanting to cite it. There is an amount that has been apportioned to everybody else outside this smaller group, and that equates to about 9.5 million per annum, which is paid.
Similo adds that on the ongoing strike, salary increments at the moment are unrealistic, as the board is currently not able to make an offer due to the broadcaster's budget being cut by 62% lower than the previous year, which Similo notes that, if not changed, would have dire consequences on the operations of the broadcaster.
We had to sit and say, okay, let's break this down. If we have to make payments now, what can we prioritize? I said, guys, let's make sure that at least we pay net salaries. We made a calculation and came to the point that we needed 8.3. We needed then another 300,000. And sometimes you pray in this business, Chair. Luckily for us, during the day, an amount of about 600,000 came in. So we could effect that, so we could make the payments. We made the payment of about 8.2 something, so people could at least receive their net pay. Because the biggest problem that you don't want is that when someone has worked and you don't pay them on payday, even if they are goodwill ambassador, they will not be friendly to you. So that part is done. But what is missing now are all other add-ons that speak to payments like contribution towards pension, contributions towards medical aid, contributions towards the others that I've mentioned as well. So this problem is a problem, back to this one, is a problem that is there. Now, I went back just to highlight the challenges that we are having. So we don't know how this one must be resolved. We have, from our end, said that with the amount of money that we generate and the subsidy that we get, there is no way that we will be able to pay off the 253 million, not in a lifetime.
Similo further notes that the NBC is now confronted with a lack of funding and will continue to engage its line ministries and Treasury on finding a lasting solution for the broadcaster.